We are just 2 days away from Mule Kick releasing for Cold War Zombies, and in this video, we're going to be diving into the new perk coming into the map and going over what every one of us wants to know, the 5 skill tier upgrades. We're going to dive into everything you need to know. On top of that, Keeps have been incredibly kind in sponsoring today's video, so we'll hear from them in a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section of Mule Kick as we jump into things, but getting started, if you don't know what Mule Kick is, Mule Kick gives you the ability to carry 3 weapons in your loadout as opposed to the standard 2. Now, I've seen a lot of conversation about how Mule Kick doesn't really fit into the meta of Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and I'd love to know your opinion on that, but Activision themselves have given 5 reasons as to why this is a useful perk. The first being that variety is the spice of life, being able to carry a 3rd weapon. The second is that you no longer will have to replace your primary loadout weapon with a wonder weapon, for example, if you come across one. You can keep that and still have your primary weapon. Very interestingly, their 3rd reason is called a tool for the hunt, pointing out that certain objectives or quests require a specific weapon or weapon type to unlock next steps. And Mule Kick will be able to make sure that you can have the weapon you need for a step. There's also the ability to have 3 different types of elemental damage to dish out across your 3 weapons. And in solo, you can cover even more combat scenarios with an additional weapon in your loadout. And let's jump into what you're all wanting to know, and that is the 5 skill tier upgrades. Now, I know that there was a rumor, a leak on these skill tiers a few days ago. I wanted to wait until we heard directly from Activision and Treyarch on these skill tiers, just in case there was any miscommunication. So here we are. The first skill tier upgrade is crafted equipment grants an additional equipment if able. So every time you go to the bench with hard-earned salvage, you'll get 2 equipment pieces for the price of 1, which means you can get double grenades, double decoys, and double monkey bombs, making this first skill upgrade an incredible start to Mule Kick's advancement path. And I think that's actually pretty good. Considering how much monkey bombs cost with salvage, being able to essentially get 2 for the price of 1, albeit any type of equipment for that matter, makes this really good. And if you get to a point in the game where you have a lot of points and you haven't got all your perks yet, this is a good ability to have, in my opinion. Skill tier 2 is all enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. And while enemies already have a chance to drop ammo in Outbreak, this wasn't the case for round-based zombies maps until now. Once you upgrade Mule Kick to skill tier 3, the odds of finding ammo on zombies' corpses will be in your favor on D-Machine, Firebase, and Mule Kick. And this is very similar to one of the effects of Vulture Raid back from Black Ops 2 Zombies Buried. Now, this isn't a uncommon thing. We've seen a lot of other perks being blended into some of the classic perks that have returned in Cold War, so it's great to see some part of Vulture Raid returning here. And I think getting used to this mechanic in Outbreak and then not having it in round-based maps does seem a little bit odd, and I'm very happy that this is going to be in here, because it just means that the chances of you getting, ammo back for your wonder weapons and stuff is going to be greatly increased with this skill tier. I don't know what it will mean for Outbreak, because if enemies already have a chance to drop ammo, this will probably just increase the chances, but that isn't too bad at all. Skill tier number 3 is stowed weapons slowly refill ammo from stock. So the example they give is this. Picture you're in the middle of a boss fight. You frantically fire your ray gun down to a single charge with more in the reserve, but you don't have speed cola to quicken its reload. At skill tier 3, Mule Kick will provide the additional benefit of refilling the magazine from its available stock, allowing you to swap to one of the other 2 weapons temporarily, then bring that weapon back once it's topped off. Now, I think this is really good, because there are a lot of moments where you're playing a game of zombies, you're in a boss fight, for example, and you need to reload, but you just don't have that chance to reload. Perhaps you might have gone down and lost your speed cola, and reloading makes you super slow. So instead of having to do that, just swap to another weapon that you probably would do that has more ammo and doesn't need a reload, and the gun will reload in the background. Now, just before we move on to skill tier 4, here's a quick message from today's sponsor, Keeps. I don't know about you guys, but I am scared to one day not have hair on my head. I don't want that to happen, and 2 out of 3 of you guys watching this video will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time you're 35. And the best way to prevent any hair loss is to do something about it while you've still got hair. And this is where Keeps come in. Now, you don't have to go out anywhere. Keeps is an online service where a licensed doctor will review your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment plan for you. And then your treatment is shipped directly to your door every 3 months. So it's super simple. You can message your doctor 24/7 with questions and and advice. Now, typically Keeps treatments take 4 to 6 months before you start seeing results, so it's important to act fast. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you will save. Here's some examples of some before and afters with guys who have used Keeps to save their hair loss, and it's remarkable. I just don't think you can put a price on saving your hair. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/MrDalek or click the link in the description below to receive 50% off your first order. We're giving you discounts and saving your hair at the same time. So that's keeps.com/MrDalek. If you've ever been concerned or worried about hair loss, definitely check out Keeps. Thank you to them for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to the video. Now, our second to last tier, skill tier 4, is a 25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used. So they mention here, remember those double monkey bombs you just crafted as part of Mule Kick's tier 1 upgrade? You now have a chance to keep one of them or any equipment outside of the Tomahawk and C4 after its use. So this may be incredibly helpful if you have the new LT-53 Casimir grenade, which works wonders on Mauer de Toten. So there's a chance that using an equipment has a 1 in 4 chance of you keeping it. So if you use it, you actually get it back, which is pretty unusual, something we've not heard before. And it's a fairly nice way to guarantee yourself having more than 2 monkey bombs in a boss fight, for example, as there's a chance that you might get given one of them back. And last but not least, the tier 5 skill upgrade is your third primary weapon is recovered when repurchasing Mule Kick. Now, normally when you lose Mule Kick, your third weapon is lost with it, and that's very frustrating. Now, in earlier games, it wasn't labeled what was your third Mule Kick weapon, and you just had to make sure you kept attention on what it was, but losing it, especially if it's a wonder weapon that's hard to get back, is very frustrating. But with this upgrade, that weapon is called back whenever you chug another Mule Kick, an incredibly valuable end to an outstanding skill tier upgrade path. Now, I think some of you may feel that that is a slightly underwhelming 5th tier skill upgrade, that you keep your weapon if you lose it, because then it throws a conversation out there. What if you wanted to get rid of your third primary weapon? You wanted to get rid of that weapon, and it's like, well, if you get it back, I guess you can just swap it for the third weapon you want. But it essentially means unless you swap it out, you're never going to lose that third weapon. And if it's something really important like a ray gun, for example, that's pretty valuable to have, in my opinion. And in Activision's blog, they say that Mule Kick will fundamentally change the way you play zombies come July 15th. Even on its own, without any other Coca-Cola combinations in mind, this old-fashioned cocktail has enough bite to help you deal with those that bite back. And that's just one change to the overall zombies meta coming with Season 4 Reloaded, and that we should stay tuned for Treyarch's full patch notes, in addition to more zombie articles leading up to and through the release of Mauer de Toten. So I assume come tomorrow, we're going to be getting those massive zombies meta changes coming with the patch notes, and there's apparently going to be more zombies articles dropping. So you definitely want to stay tuned to the channel for everything as we lead up to the release very early on Thursday. There's a good chance that we're actually going to get some early gameplay tomorrow from Treyarch Studio Broadcast, so definitely stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think of all of these changes in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe with the bell tick so you don't miss out on any future videos from myself. It's been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait for Mauer de Toten to drop in 2 days' time. The content that you're going to have in your sub box is going to be forever flowing, and it does feel good that zombies is finally back. Only got a few more days to wait, and it's going to be an amazing time to be a fan of zombies. I can't wait for it. I hope you guys are excited too. I'll catch you for another video tomorrow.